Hey everyone, so today I thought we'll discuss about 10 ways to know you're making progress in maintenance. So once you've achieved your goal and you're currently maintaining, whether it's for life, whether it's for until you want to achieve another goal, whether it's until you want to hire a coach to achieve a next level goal, whatever it is, but it's 10 ways to know you're making progress in maintenance. So tune in as we dive deeper. Like you're making progress within your maintenance phase. I think maintenance can be sometimes harder than achieving your goal, because achieving your goal, you put in the work and you can see the change. Maintenance means you need to have adopted those habits to maintain what you've achieved, and it's easy to lose what you've achieved if you don't maintain. And I think it's like really it's the biggest progress flex, to be honest with you, because you're maintaining something for a longer time, depending when your next goal is, but usually maintenance is a longer period than for when you want to achieve your goal, because achieving a goal is intense. So intense means that it would be a shorter period than maintenance, which is for me would be a similar word to consistency. And consistency and like I said, implemented habits. So this is where you should be living the majority of your life as well. Okay, if you're running after achieving a goal after a goal after a goal after a goal, it's not great physically and it's not great mentally. This can be from the pressure you put on your body, but it can also be from not only in terms of the workouts, but also in terms of your nutrition. You may feel lost and not sure if you're making progress in maintenance. That's why it's really difficult. This is because you've always associated progress with the scale, what you look like, and achieving that overall goal. The goal is very smart, it's measurable. It's time to focus on things that have nothing to do with any of that, without the weight, without what you look like. Do they really matter? Now, I was somebody who would do fasted cardio, who even though I wasn't competing, I'd be having my fasted cardio in, I'll have my evening workout. And then I realized actually there's not much difference. Yes, I became more slendered and toned, but how long was that sustainable in my world and as I navigated a path? Because we're busy throughout our days, and I always talk about sustainable things. I think it's amazing to have a goal. Please don't, it's very empowering. But most of our life, the longer duration is around maintenance, and it'll be a cycle. Sometimes we want to cycle. And this goes for everything. Strength training goes for cardiovascular, ballistic training, conditioning training, yoga. You might swap between them all. Now, if you've got any questions about maintenance or what kind of progress you have made in maintenance, I'd love to hear from you at the end of this video in the comment section. And if you wanted to work with me in terms of achieving your goals or how I can help you achieve your goals, I'm very honest, integrous. I want to say if I can't help you, but I know I can help you. But if you feel that I wouldn't be the right coach, you have freedom to then check. The reason I say this, and I've said this in my videos, is because I feel the fitness industry, when I first started out, with the PTs I had, were lovely ladies, failed me until I actually did it myself on my own journey. Then I started coaching on off 12 years ago and 7 years ago consistently, because it's my passion, especially around the physical body, being empowered, but I work with your mindset. Anyway, let's get back to the maintenance, because we've got a big flex on this. in terms of maintenance progress. Number one would be your improved biofeedback. What does biofeedback mean? It means things like sleep, hunger, digestion, mood, energy, hormones, and strength. Easy. But you just need to sit with yourself and ask yourself. Half the time you will know you feel different. And if you're a female, I want to add in that it ties in with hormones, but your menstrual cycle. Number two, less food, focus, or binging. When you are on a goal, sometimes you're restricted and you are very focused on your macros. That can then cause you binging and then cause you starvation. Or if you're on a weight loss, fat loss, it can be a vicious circle with the people around you in terms of starvation and binging. So there's less focus and intensity on your food, thoughts, and binging. There is a better, number three, big one. If you remember, I mentioned the word consistency. There's a better consistency with habits. It's a big, because you have to implement them habits on a daily basis. So it takes consistency. Number four, tracking food is less, adding in more untracked days, maybe transitioning away from tracking altogether. I mean, maybe you get used to what is it that works for me. You know, I don't weigh my food. If I were to go on to wanting to achieve a goal, I would have to go back to weighing my food so that I know, for example, from what my maintenance is, what I need to do either to get here or get here. Or for a client, I have to calculate it for them so that I can advise as we go through their goals. You're likely to feel stronger in the gym and be building muscle naturally. It will take a long time. So firstly, building muscle takes so long. I mentioned this in one of my videos. I don't expect in 2 weeks, 6 PT sessions, that you're going to build the muscle mass goal that you probably have. But you will feel stronger in the gym and you will start to build muscle because you're feeding your body in a balanced way. You're more in a relaxed mindset and more balanced mindset. 6, less obsession with a scale and scale fluctuations. If you're competing, if you've got a goal, one of the things is that you're going to be obsessed with that goal and what is happening with the fluctuation up and down, which often, if you're too obsessed, it's not a true reflection of what's happening. And I can go into that in another video, although if you're already in the fitness industry, you probably know what I mean. Number 7, you're more relaxed with social situations. You're less anxious about going out. You're less anxious about networking. You're more relaxed in terms of your mindset where it is, because your goal isn't at the back of your mind all the time. You probably have more time for social situations as well, because sometimes when you do have a goal, that is your main focus and your time is also primarily dedicated to that. And that's why sometimes it doesn't mean it's the most happiest place and shouldn't be in the long term what you continue to thrive to do. It's important to have downtime, something you enjoy. Number 8, you don't want to do any cut no more, or at very least the sense of urgency to get into fat loss is gone. That's what I came to. So the urgency of getting into fat loss is gone, and you actually look at your body, you see, like, between doing the fasted cardio and the shredding phase and the maintenance phase, or whatever phase you go through, you're like, yes, I can see the difference, but am I happy with who I am as a normal person or as a fitness coach, the way I look? Is my body formed the way I want it to be? So is it, for example, for me, it would be, do I have the curves? And the answer would be yes. Is my stomach rounded, bulging out? No. Do I have a six-pack? No. Is it more or less every day apart from if my IBS is kicked off or whatever it is? Is it more or less a flat stomach where you can see maybe formation of abs? Yes. So for me, that's fine. And my goal might actually be to work on something else, like conditioning or like some explosive training. So you just tend to divert what is important, and you're like, I was actually too fixated for a very long time of years, and I don't really see the substantial difference in terms of needing to continue like that, because through a maintenance phase or even going up and down on a slight cutting, I'm happy with the way I look. You get to that stage. There's also less concern on what others are doing and what others are thinking of you. So also less comparison to yourself in the gym and outside the gym, because you become more relaxed. You are happier with who you are. Number 10, often if you're on a cycle or you're achieving your goal, like I said, it's very intense. So you're not as relaxed through a maintenance phase where you don't have to think, where you don't have to dedicate as much time, etc., etc. So others notice a shift in you. And I am not even talking about if you're on any anabolic steroids or supplements. If you are, there's major shifts. Like there's a lot of anxiety, there's jerks, there's, you know, the risks that they mention, the side effects that they mention that you have to go through. That intensifies everything that we've discussed that you no longer are noticed. You're more pleasant to be around because you are not either Mr. Starving, actually maybe it's not Mr. Starving, but Mr. or Mrs. Starving, or Grumpy Pants anymore, because you're in a maintenance phase. There will be days where you probably restrict or watch what you eat, but by the time you become in maintenance phase, you probably don't even want to go back to like the old you. Like if you was, let's say, 20 kilos overweight, you've achieved your goal, you go into maintenance phase. After a bit, what you're eating on a daily basis for your maintenance phase is no longer what you would do in terms of habits or food or lack of exercise when you was 20 kilos more, because you feel fit, you're confident, etc. So being strong and fit is amazing. Being strong over being skinny. Maintenance is really the biggest flex. It allows you to live life, and it can be fit over 20, fit over 30, fit over 40, fit over 50, fit over 60, fit over 70, whatever age you are. I hope you enjoyed this, and if you liked it, if it gave you some insight, give it a thumbs up, a like. Maybe you wish to subscribe so you get notified of when I do lives and live premieres. There's content on my community page. I have not been posted as much because I don't think anyone takes notice, but as soon as I see there is some traction on there, I'll be posting more, where it would be like little articles or motivational quotes. Check out the short videos as well. Let me know what content you know and what goal you're working on, because I can always do something around that to help and aid you. And should you wish to work with me, all the information is in my about page. There's also my website, you can check it where there's some clients. And if you are on a spiritual journey, or you want to go down your life purpose of changing where you are, or you're an entrepreneur, nothing to do with fitness, etc., I do all that as well. So yeah, I hope everyone has a lovely day wherever you are, and I'll catch you in the next video. Take care.